Hi, thank you for joining Biz Talk with Zita. I'm Zita Gustin, and our focus is on bringing you into conversation with inspired, forward-thinking business people who walk their talk and are living their best life right now because they know what makes their heart sing in their business. Each edition of our show, we will have guests on who will share timely tips, ideas, and pointers with you so that you too can live your best life right now. So please join me today in conversation with Brenda Michaels of Conscious Talk Radio at KKNW right here in Seattle. So Brenda, I'm so glad that you could be here with us today. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure for having you. Thank you very much. So Brenda, what I'd like to do today is we're going to be talking about some of the things that are near and dear to your heart. And what I'd like to talk with you first is, what is your greatest source of inspiration?
My greatest source of inspiration, Zita, truly is my connection to my spirit. That is something that's been forward in my life, as you read, through my experience. And it's something that sustains me, and without that connection day to day, I'm a mess. So I start my day in meditation and prayer and in gratitude, and that's how I get inspired. Now, there are people that inspire me as well, but to really be centered in your spirit is the greatest inspiration I think there is. Yeah.
And did you find that when you were facing your third challenge with cancer? When did you find this place that you needed to find your inspiration?
It was then. It was then. I was desperate. I'd been given a prognosis of a year to live. I knew that if I didn't do something different in my life, that I wasn't going to survive after that year.
So what was the best advice you were ever given, or that you've given to others?
I think the best advice I've ever been given, Zita, was one of my mentors said, Brenda, give yourself permission to tell your truth. Now, she didn't say tell your truth. She said give yourself permission to tell your truth. And that was what was key for me. I thought, wow, I have never given myself permission to tell my truth. I've always held back. I've always been afraid of rejection or criticism. I've always been afraid that somebody knew more than I knew. And just to be able to give myself permission to tell my truth, that was a huge shift for me.